you so much for joining me today for our virtual Summer Opportunities Fair. If you both don't mind just introducing yourselves, including your name, title, and then obviously the organization that you work with.
Yeah. I'll start. Yeah, so my name is Lydia Leonardi. I'm actually a graduate from OSU-Cascades, but I am an employment professional at Diversability, and that kind of encompasses a few different roles in our admin section. We have our pivot program, and then we also have our Down syndrome connection, which I'm the program. We do job coaching and job development as well. So I kind of fill all those roles. I do a little bit of everything, and then Luke has his whole shebang too.
Yeah, our shebangs are kind of intertwined. Like Lydia, I'm also an employment professional for Diversability, and pretty much, yeah, we do. I do some job developing, and most recently, which we'll talk about more, I'm the team lead with Lydia's assistance for the new pivot program, which we're hoping to set up an advisee role in four different ways that Diversability can serve the community. So it's really exciting. Everyone does a lot. We all work really closely together. There's four of us on the admin team. It's really fun to work closely together in that regard. So,
Yeah,
perfect. All right, next question. Can you briefly describe what your organization does?
Yeah. So I mean, a few different things, but our main thing is we work to help individuals with find integrated employment. So our whole thing is to support them on their mission to stay engaged with the community, whether that's helping them with the job process and then they're off on their own independently, or that's helping them through the job process with job development and then supporting them while they're in that employment role. Because we don't want to just get them the job and then be like, okay, good luck, have fun. We want to make sure that they're supported heavily. And I think with the job coaching, that's a big thing that we do. So we want to make sure they're supported. We also want to find them, a goodness of fit and something that's going to like really speak to their interests and their skill set. So we try to just make it a good environment for them to succeed.
Yeah. Definitely. And then, so that was kind of the centerpiece for Diversability for a while. And just recently, about a week ago, we introduced our new pivot program, where we're trying to, like I said, set up, it's a mix between attendant care and a mentorship program. So we have clients referred to us by the state with Diversabilities, and then we'll hook them up with someone to think about integrating themselves into the community, not necessarily with a job, but just going out, making purchases, going to the mall, or helping with, life's problems also that come around, just having someone to look up to in that way. And ranging to people who aren't necessarily working with the state that can come right to us and, hey, I think I need a little more guidance and direction in my life, and Diversability is going to be able to link those people with community leaders or anybody interested to help guide and advise in that role too, which we're really excited about.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds super awesome. Can you guys share information about the position or positions your company organization is hiring for this upcoming summer? And if not this summer, kind of what the timeline is on that?
Cool.
Yeah, so I mean, our timeline is flexible. We'll have positions open in the summer. We have some open right now. Right now we're hiring for people to work with our pivot programs, working on the attendant care side of it, the mentorship side of it. We just recruited a few new people. Of course, we're in some weird times right now. So, we're trying to be mindful of everyone and, people that are in hard spot, we want to offer them, resources and employment as well, if we're able to. But yeah, we're always hiring for job coaching, job developers. Sometimes there's turnover in our field. So it's good to get new people in there, but we, of course, like anybody, love consistency. So, we want to bring people in that are good assets to our team, but also work well in the community, or, we'll learn to work well with the community and our community partners.
Great. Anything that you would add, Luke, or is that good?
Yeah, I think that I could just speak to how fun and rewarding the job can be. I mean, you
Mhm.
if you're job coaching, you're working with a specific client or two or three, depending on the fit and our need, and you get to develop a really meaningful relationship with somebody and provide a really important service. And you can do that. Depends on the client. You can do that up to up to 5-6 hours a day with somebody, or you can have weekly check-ins, or work with them maybe for a 3-hour shift here and there, um, and so there's a good amount of flexibility, especially depending on the client's need, and um, yeah, it's an amazing thing to be part of, certainly.
Yeah.
Great, thanks for sharing. So what qualifications are you looking for, and how can an interested student make themselves stand out in the application process?
That's a good question. I was thinking about this one. I would say something that catches our eye is strong communication right off the bat. Just being able to, accurately and communicate your thoughts and I guess just where your headspace is at. Just so we can, upon a first meeting or an interview, we can kind of understand how invested you are in this position, or what your interest or what your experiences may be with people with diverse abilities, or in a community where you're supporting people with diverse abilities or something like that. So if people have some past history, or they know somebody or someone in their family has a diverse ability, I mean, you don't always have to, but we love to hear about people's personal experiences, but also the typical things when you're hiring: communication, if they're involved in their community already through some extracurricular, or if they're involved in something at school, something at their university or their college. We kind of roll with the flow. We get a lot of applications and a lot of resumes, and we weed through them like normal. Something catches our eye. Usually it's extracurriculars, and if people have done the work before, that's also really awesome. But for an entry-level position, we'll teach you everything you need to know. So we're really welcoming, and we like to bring in people that have no experience. I had no experience in this field, and I was hired before school. So.
Yeah, to add to that too, I think the one thing that stood out, I've been working with Diversability since November, and skills that really are a skill that's really important is being personable. Because if you're doing job developing, you're kind of leading the way for a client in the job field. And as we all know, and I'm sure everybody listening to this video or watching it knows, like, it's not easy. It takes a lot of being extroverted at times to go in and advocate for yourself to an employer. And not only are you doing that for a client, you're also kind of doing that for Diversability. And then as far as job coaching goes, and being one-on-one with any client, you have to have a certain amount of bravery and to advocate for that person, and to if you want to call something out, you have to do that as well. When you're working with the clients, hey, maybe we can adjust this way, and kind of being
like flexible.
Just flexible and extra aware of your surroundings, instead of just you can't really drift like that when you're working with clients. So you got to be on it, and that's something we look for also.
Great. All right, last question. When do you plan to start accepting applications, and where and how can a student apply?
Sure.
Luke, you want to go ahead?
Well, so we're a Italian nonprofit, and the best way, and Lydia will talk more about this too, that I feel to get a hold of us is just right through our website. We have a contact page and all our emails to get a hold of. So, and Lydia, if you want to speak more to that too.
Yeah. So all of our emails are, if they're not, they will be, because we're editing our website, but all of our emails will be on the website. And the best way, our executive director, Amanda, she is the founder of Diversability, and she, is the main person of contact. So if you're interested in employment, even if it comes to us, we'll probably direct you to her. It's kind of an informal process right now. We're working on tightening the bolts and stuff like that, but essentially send her, an email that you're interested, that you have a resume attached, a cover letter, and we'll go through it. We hope to have something a little more concrete and solidified, but for right now, it's working for us just to send us an email or contact us through the website. Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much. I just have one follow-up question for you both. What would you say, and Lydia, if you don't mind speaking to your experience starting the position while you were still a senior at OSU-Cascades, but in your eyes, what is one of the most rewarding aspects of the role? And then what is one of the most challenging aspects of the role?
Yeah, so I think for me, it's the most challenging aspect is just learning to tailor how you interact with each individual person, each individual client, just because, you know, our clients have a, and so you have to find the routine that works for them, the best way to communicate that works for them. So it's a learning curve for sure. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone has different triggers, stuff like that. So it's learning to be sensitive to them and how they learn and process and everything like that. I would say that's the most, or was the most challenging thing, you know, while I was still in school. You know, everyone knows how senior finals can go and whatnot. So it was a little crazy just during all that time, but it was super awesome to be onboarded then, and then to see the reward, you know, working with people and seeing their successes. It could be little, you know, for job coaching, it could be that they placed an item in the right spot when they were putting stuff back in the grocery store. You know, just little triumphs like that are so rewarding because it makes a big difference in their life. And, you know, for us, we kind of look back and we're like, okay, that was really awesome. But in retrospect, it feels so good to help someone, to support someone. And so that's probably the most rewarding thing overall.
That's great. Thanks.
Luke,
did you have anything to share?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think for me, what's most rewarding for me, working with clients is watching them become more and more engaged and really caring about their future. And so when I do job developing, it's maybe at first you start out with a client who's okay, like, yeah, I want a job, without a real understanding of what that means or how that can be beneficial. And then the more we go through the process, it's really rewarding to see the excitement in someone's eyes about like, oh, I actually want this job, and I'm gonna prepare my interview and prepare my resume and be proactive with me, saying, Luke, when can we meet? When can we meet? Have you heard back from this person, that person? And then obviously, you know, getting somebody a job is you know, a huge piece of that too. So yeah, that's definitely the most rewarding piece for me. And challenges are just like any other workplace. You know, you have people that maybe are a little hard, not in our workplace, but like clientele. Like, you know, it takes some effort to reach out, and like I said, you're the one being proactive to be with those clients. And you know, if you have the right mindset, it's fine. You know, okay, we gotta reach out to this person, that person, and you have your list. And it's fun to travel all around town, you know, knocking on different employers' doors and building relationships with those people as well. So it's great.
Great. Well, thank you guys so much again for your time.